Welcome to this channel, traders. In this channel I like to show you things that you will never ever find from other channels. So today we are looking at USD ZAR. Here is the secret. You see these two boxes. This is the London session and this is the Sydney session. What you see on the London session, what happens on the London session is what has already happened on the Sydney session. And it happens more than 90% of the time. The Sydney session is just a small picture of what will happen on the London session. For me, looking at these two boxes, first thing, let me show you what I do. Okay, how to interpret the Sydney session to know what will happen on the London session. For me, I just place a mark on the starting point of Sydney and then I place it on the ending point of Sydney. And then you see this movement that it is almost bullish or it is just bullish. So I know that for the best part or for the most part on the London session, price will be going bullish. So I expect to buy. And then another thing, if I take a close look, okay, see that from the Sydney session, price started by spiking upwards and then ranged a little bit up there, and then it ended up by dropping. So I know that if I find the buy entry somewhere when price starts reversing there, I should take my profits, because by the end of London, price is going to drop. Okay, so that is what you see happening on London. You see price starting by moving upwards, and then you see price ranging up there, and then for the last part you see price dropping. But in overall, for the most part, price has been on an uptrend. That's it. That's the secret. Let me just show you more details or more analysis. Okay, let's just move forward a little bit, or even start from the beginning and move backwards. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, this is the Sydney session where you start by doing your analysis. So what you do is, okay, you mark the starting point of the Sydney session and then you place your mark at the ending point of the Sydney session. So what you see is that price is trending downwards. So for the most part on the London session, price will be selling. So for you, you are supposed to find that sell entry. Okay, but if you take a close look, you know that price might start by spiking upwards and then it will drop, okay, and then it will spike upwards again, and then it is going to drop. So now your expectation is to find the sell entry somewhere at this point after price has made that first bullish spike, and then you try to catch the overall downward movement. Okay, so that is what you see on price on London. It starts by spiking up and then it gives you that overall movement and then spikes up again and then ends up by dropping. So for you, okay, using my strategies, okay, you can mark that starting point for price on London. You highlight that, okay, and then price makes that upward spike, and when price pulls downward, you mark that second key level where price made a turning point. And then when price closed below right here or right there, that is where you take the sell trade, because remember, based on Sydney, the most part that price did, or when you mark from the starting point to the ending point, price was selling. Okay, let's take a few more examples. Okay, and for those who don't have the strategy for this, I have a strategy for every currency pair. You can just go through the videos in my channel, but if you want a collection of the strategies, then you will have to get my trading PDF there. Okay, this is the PDF that I use. It shows me the right time to look for a trade on any currency pair. Okay, so I have the time, and then I have the pair, I have the session, and the rules for every currency pair. For example, today we are looking at USD ZAR. Okay, and then I know that for USD ZAR I should start looking for trades on the London session 9 a.m. GMT +2, but then before I take the trade, I do the analysis on the Sydney session first. Okay, so let's see what happened right here. Okay, you mark the first part and then the ending part on the Sydney session, and then guess what? Price is straight. You can hardly tell if price is going bullish or bearish, which means price is going to be ranging. As you can see, price starts by dropping and then pulling upwards and then dropping and then pulling upwards again, but for the most part price is ranging. You might as well ignore this, but if you really want to trade, you can expect, okay, because it's somewhat bullish a little bit, you can expect to look for the bullish or for the buy trade somewhere there, and then you can look for a sell trade somewhere there, and then you look for a buy trade again somewhere there. Okay, because price is giving you the idea that it's going to be ranging. So you see price starting by dropping, and then when price makes this pullback, okay, when price makes that pullback, because you mark the entry point, the entry point is very important. You highlight it as a key level, and then price drops, and when price pulls up, you mark this second key level. Okay, if you take it to the 1 minute time frame, you will notice that this is a key level right here. So when price closed above there, you would identify it as maybe this first buy trade, this first entry, and then price pulled up, and then when it pulled down, it must be that one, and then pulled up again, it must be this one. Okay, so it's like that. But from Sydney, you could tell that you are going to have a hard time on London because price is ranging here. Okay, let's look at what happens here. Remember, for the first part, okay, this is where we started. Maybe we can skip. Okay, but you can see that price will be going bullish on London, and that is what you see on London. Okay, let's take it here. Okay, first thing, you mark the starting point of Sydney, you place it to the ending point of Sydney, and then you see that price is on a downtrend. If price is on a downtrend, you are looking to sell on London. If you take a close look, you see that on Sydney, price starts by spiking down, and then it spikes up, and then it spikes down. So for you is to maybe find the entry there, okay, the sell entry there. So what you do is you watch on the London session, you mark the entry point. After you have highlighted that candle, you see price pulling down and then pulling up, okay, and then you can tell that it must be this turning point. Okay, so you highlight that region. Now you want price to come and close below this key level that I have just drawn. Okay, and then when price closes below here, you take the sell trade. Okay, this turning point there is that one, so you know that this is the turning point. You take your sell trade when price closes below here, because already you have the idea from this movement that price is going to be selling for the most part on London, and then you see price dropping. Okay, it happens more than 90% of the time. It might not happen 100% because really this is Forex. You know that Forex is not 100%. There's no 100% strategy in Forex. Okay, see what happened right here. Price, we can say it started somewhere here and ended up there. Okay, so it says it is ranging for the most part on the Sydney session. Okay, so if it is ranging, you take a close look, you know that price on London is going to start by spiking maybe upwards, and then you see price dropping. Okay, this is a tricky one. It's a tricky one. You might look for a buy entry maybe there, and then you look for a sell entry maybe there. So when price starts here, you mark your first candle. You mark your first candle. The first candle is to guide you, and then you wait for price to give you the first turning point. Okay, so you see price spiking up there and then pulling back, so you mark that second turning point. Once you have done this, you just wait for price to either close above this or below this. Okay, so price starts by closing below right here. When it closes below, you identify it as maybe this turning point is this one, so you sell right there, you hold. Okay, it is like that, let's see what happens right here. Again, it shows that price is somewhat going to be ranging. It started here and ended up there. Okay, it's ranging, but for the most part it's going to be on an uptrend. Okay, so if it's going to be on an uptrend, you are looking to buy. If you are looking to buy, you take a close look. Okay, price starts by spiking up and then it spikes down. Okay, so when price started, you mark the first candle on London, you highlight it, you wait for price to give you that pullback. Okay, this is a tricky one. You could have entered there. Okay, because I don't mean to confuse you, but this key level started here. Okay, or even up there. You can also identify this small trend line breakout. Just a little bit of information that you know. Otherwise, if you are completely new, wait for price to give you this first pullback, and then when it closes above, you buy, but it would be a late entry. Okay, I'm sure this would be a bad day for you. Okay, see what happens right here. Price starts by dropping. It starts by dropping and then it goes bullish. Okay, so for you, is to find an entry somewhere there, a buy entry, okay, or find a sell entry there. So you are watching out to find two entries, okay. So you mark the starting point, okay. This is the starting point. You see price dropping, okay, and then coming to test this key level. Let me highlight this region. You know, for me, the moment price comes to test this region and starts to show rejections, I know that price is likely to drop, so I find an early entry there. Okay, I hope you used to notice when I was still trading with you that I usually have early entries. When I see those rejections, I sell. I identify that one as this first dropping point. Okay, and then when price right here gives me this V, okay, you mark the lowest point, okay, you mark the lowest point, and then that lowest point started there. So when price closed above this key level, already you have a clue that it should be this one, this bullish movement starting. So you place your buy trade there. I will leave the rest to you to continue with the back testing. Okay, right here you know that for the most part price is going to be going bullish on London. Okay, and if you take a close look, price started there, okay, didn't drop that much, and then it went straight up. So for you is to find a buy entry here on London. Okay, so when the London session opened, okay, you mark that candle where the London session started, price dropped, okay, and right here when it started giving you rejections, okay, right there, when you see price failing to go beyond this key level, because this key level is this one, okay, is this long key level. When you see price failing to go beyond this key level, already you have a clue that it could be the beginning of this bullish movement. Okay, so you place your buy trades and then you go up with price. Okay, of course you see that price ends up by dropping just before the Sydney session ends, so you watch out for that. Even on the London session, you take your profits early. Okay, so I'll leave the rest to you to continue analyzing. Otherwise, I wish you the best for your trading. Thank you for watching this video.